Hello guys, welcome to London Players Guild. My name is Peter and I am joined in by Scott.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Graded, our review series for everything Dragon Ball Super card game related, be it color or the entire set, like it is today. Today we are reviewing Supreme Rivalry, Peter. I'm excited. Let's get into it.
Yeah, sure.
Starting with Sin, Shenron corrupted by darkness. Oh, Xena Shadow Dragons. Who'd have thought that'd be a thing, huh? Huh? Huh?
I don't know.
Good.
I think there was some minor YouTube channel that was covering Shadow Dragon Scene. I can't remember who it was and where it was.
I think it's probably the best secret out of the bunch, in my opinion.
I
I
think it's
prefer one
going
of the
to be
others, but
fighting for a slot of being one of the best secrets together with Supreme Kai.
yeah, it's really good. The fact that it counts as yellow or black,
Hmm.
it's really interesting. I love that design, like we saw it with Dark Broly, and it allows them to go into other colors while keeping things black, which is really interesting.
But yeah, it is a very generic card. It's a very strong card. And unlike Supreme Kai, you don't remove this. It's just
Yeah,
choose
it's a
any
really
number of
cool.
your opponent's leader cards, battle cards, unison cards equal to or less than their current energy and switch them to rest mode. That's if your opponent is at 4 energy, you can easily get rid of 4 attacks like that.
Kind of interesting to see if Mecha Frieza does anything with it, to be honest. True.
So there
All
are
right,
things.
next one.
Yes, I'm in control today. Is Gohanks.
Yeah, now this one's got a lot of people either talking, like saying, is that it? But then people realize, oh, is that it? Because it's kind of really good.
Yeah.
We know Scrub Games is really hype about this one. I can understand the hype. It's a really good unison. It's really easy to get out. People are like, oh, you have to pay $4 for it. Nah, man, you get Ultimate Shenron from the expansion packs. There's so many ways and tricks to do with this. I think it's a really good one. I think it's worthy of the secret rare slot. Once it lands, it's going to be a problem for your opponent.
I also like the fact that it gets that +1 during your opponent's turn. So it's really deterring your opponent from attacking you at all.
Yeah,
Because they don't want to build this one up.
you want to lose -25 power? Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Why not? I'll get a benefit from it. You -25. I kind of want to see if King Vegeta does anything with it. I think it'd be
I want
quite
to see
fun.
Cooler with this.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that'd be cool as well. Yeah, it's a really good secret rare. I think it's a lot. It's a massive improvement over the previous Unison secret rare, so that's a good sign.
Mm. It still has that 25,000 power, which is... Yeah?
It's not
25,000...
insignificant.
It's really difficult to hit.
Yeah, I think green with like the remove marker skill
Mm.
is probably going to be the best bit of removing it. But yeah, like you said, 25k.
Yeah.
It's in that awkward zone where it's like this. That's almost boss monster territory. Even bigger than some boss monsters. A Boony can't touch it,
I mean,
for
you
example.
need to be awakened and use a super combo if you want to hit it.
Yeah, with your leader swing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then but even if you swing it at once, you're only going to give it plus um +1 unless you don't swing with a battle card that entire
So
turn.
yeah, you would need to attack it with only unison cards and or leader cards for it to not get that +1.
Yeah, and I just don't see that happening. I just don't see that happening.
And then there's the first secret that they showed us, Robelu, the Migra secretary.
Still hate that name. Democracy Aid. It's right there. You could have just called it that. But yeah, I think this is a really good boss monster for Kai. I think she's potentially very good for future decks. I like.
She's
I
very
think
scary.
I think her strength will come if they do another Demagra deck. Like I think because obviously Demagra and Rebellu at this point are on the side of the Time Patrol,
Mm.
so a Demagra deck is possible. Um,
I think
but yeah,
this is definitely designed to work with Supreme Kai of Time because it's about overall cards staying on board, right?
yeah, like the fact she's dark overall for only 2, which is kind of nuts in my opinion. And then just yeah, the utility of being like, oh, they stay around. Okay, I'll get rid of them now to stop an attack.
Yeah, I
And
think
it's not
that's
one
the
per
thing
turn.
because you have that blocker Goku, so you block with it, and then if they continue on threatening you, you just sacrifice it, so it essentially stops 2 attacks.
Yeah, like that, and then just next turn you can easily refill and reload and go again.
Yeah.
Like there's so much you can do with it. I really do like Robelu. I think she's really great, and
But the problem
it's
is
a character I want to
she's
see.
one certain deck. Or maybe the
Right
Migra
now,
with a Toki Toki City, but that's about that.
right now,
Yeah.
right now, yeah.
She has a potential in the future, but it's also a potential I wouldn't want to see because it's just going to go keep on giving us that overwhelm decks, overwhelm deck 2.0, 3.0, etc. It's I would like them to move to something more interesting for Black eventually, but yeah. Then we're going into pre-release promos, which is Goku Jr. If you haven't seen our match using Goku Jr.,
The Bardock can never come back. It just cannot.
no, it cannot. For participation, you get this leader and a Unison Goku, the legendary warrior.
Which good cards in their own right. Definitely. I mean, right, you're getting them for free along with cards from this set. So like, if you're interested
Yeah,
in a set, you might as well partake in a pre-release and get some free stuff. Like they're good cards. Like there's no way around it. I think turn 2 Victory Strike. Eh, eh.
I think Turn to
Not
Victory Strike
really.
plays with Cell, but yeah.
Yeah, like there's other ways around it. But if you want to just play swap, there's really good strategies with Pan. Um,
Yeah.
really good strategies with Pan. Like really good.
That ban is scary, isn't it?
Yeah. So I look forward to seeing what people do with it when they're not cruxed by Victory Strike.
Yeah. Then we have the Premium Pack promo, which is essentially a card that makes Mechikabura a playable deck.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the card that lets you... if you're a Mechikabura leader with Wish skill, you reduce the cost of this card in your hand by 1. And if your leader card is black Mechi only, you can discard a Dark Dragon Ball, black Demon Realm Race, or a black Demon Gold card from your hand and draw 2 cards. Then your opponent sends 1 battle card from the drop to their wall, which is amazing if you have the Dark Shenron on board, right?
Yeah, yeah, and then that just triggers a whole kind of shenanigans. It's really good somehow. Like
Yeah, and the premium packs sold out very quickly with distributors. Quicker
yeah,
than the actual boxes, which is interesting because usually it's other way around.
yeah, yeah. So there you go, guys. Go and get your Dark Empire Strikes Back,
Yeah,
which
I
I
mean,
think Empire Strikes Back having it in the title is really cool and cute. Well done,
and I'm
Bandai.
surprised that Disney has not stroked down on this yet.
It's like, what you mean? What you mean, Empire Strikes Back, huh?
Exactly.
Huh.
And then we go into a tournament pack. We did a live react to this.
Yeah, so we're gonna get it out of the way. We wish these weren't tournament packs. We
Yeah.
wish there weren't so many of them. But it's slightly mitigated by the fact that Archive Booster has been announced now. There's cards like this, and we'll see with the Vegeta chain, that are clearly, they should be in the main set. They're not.
Yeah, like the
So,
Vegeta is like forcing people to try to get those promos. We have Raditz Young Invader, which is just that additional card, but it does help because this one is not unique, so you can play multiple of those on your opponent's field.
yeah, it's really good. Well, not really good, but this one's less good now that I've seen, like, the more that I think about it. Like, when we first saw it, I was like, oh, this is really cool. But I think people are choosing less of to play it. Like,
Yeah, because
after
it's
we've
not
had
as good as Vegeta.
it's not as good as Vegeta. So I think
I
let's just move
can't.
on to
Vegeta just says discard a card. Sorry, put a card to the bottom of your deck and draw 2.
yeah, it's just nuts. It's a really good card. It plays well with the
And
Vegeta
you
that's
play it for
already in the
free.
set. It's just really good. It's just really good. If you plan on playing King Vegeta,
You need
um,
4 of those.
you need this card. Yeah.
We have some nice support, like for Android 18.
Yeah, I thought that was a really nice
Yeah,
inclusion.
we got
Really,
some really nice support in here. The Paikuhan support, I think this is.
it is weird that it's here, but again,
Yeah,
I'm happy for legacy support, even
this
if
is
it's in a
not
weird
a
way.
bad legacy support. This Bojack is peculiar.
Yeah, I because it's kind of a deadly defender, but not really. But it's
Yeah,
also kind of really good, but not really. Like, it's a weird one. I'm not like I was huge on BoJack when they first announced it. Like I've settled down on it. I've found my niche here. I've got Bardock's crew. I've got
mm.
Mechikabura. That's kind of where I've lied with this set. Even Skillless Gohan to an extent. But I still think it's a great card. The fact that it's perfect Bojack and Agent of Destruction is never a bad thing.
Yeah.
Having that like playability between both. But it's going to be interesting to see what this card does in the meta. I think this is one that we can't tell until people start playing Bojack to see if it's good or not.
Yeah, definitely. This is the winner version of it.
Looks amazing. Really do like that version.
Yeah, I
of
do
it.
have winner versions here as well. Then we have Chilled, which was supposed to be a card that is going to be something that saves Chilled archetype, and
It doesn't.
it
It
doesn't.
helps, but
No,
it doesn't save it. It doesn't save it. I
no.
still love Chilled. I still love the deck. Like, I don't think it's a meta-worthy deck. I think it's a really fun deck. There's just too many things in this meta that just go, no,
Yeah.
stop it. What are you doing? Dormant, Mass Sane ID. Like, literally kill the deck outright. There's nothing you can do about it. It's the same reason Nappa struggles. It's just, you come up against those, it's killing your pieces, and you can't do anything, and they're really... It's unfortunate, but not every deck can.
I mean, the
be
card
that,
is
right?
really good for that first activate main effect, right?
Oh yeah,
Pay
like,
2, discard it, and kill something ignoring barrier, provided
Yeah.
it costs less or equal to the amount of cards your opponent has in hand.
yeah. I think this. I think we might see it sideboarded.
But it's
For
very
that
against
reason.
green, because green is usually hand control.
Unless you're slug. I think this is
Oh
really
yeah,
good.
a group
Yeah,
hard card, yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I
this
think
could be a
this is
group card. I can see that. And
like
then we have
it's
the
not
winner
gonna be
promo.
green. Yeah, that looks amazing. Just
Step
stomping
on me,
stuff.
daddy.
Oh yeah, you actually see Bardock's hair there. I didn't actually realize. I thought it was his claws. No, it's Bardock's hair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I only just realized it's Bardock's hair. I thought it was claws.
We have Terrell's support.
With Gohan in the background, which is definitely not Tails Ape, which I got very excited about. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's cool. I don't think it makes Tails a meta deck.
Oh god, no.
But it's good that it's there. Like again, it's like I mean, this one's weird to me.
This one is
This one's
weird for everyone. Because
Um
hearing a leader that did not have an actual skillless support.
so it's one of those where maybe it'll be good in future. I mean it's Chilai, it's waifu, you might as
Yeah,
well
it's
get
a
it because-
waifu.
I mean
It's
it's Chilai.
another card that's essentially this is a green Majin Buu, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
With Frieza's army tag.
Frieza's Army BR, the good stuff. The good
Yeah.
stuff.
The new
this card-
Shenron Unison.
This card's insane. This card's absolutely
Yeah.
insane. I'm really excited to get my hand on it. Like the activate main of paying it for free. That's
Yeah.
pretty good in itself.
Sen can
Playing-
awaken a turn earlier, right?
Yep. The end of your turn switches card to it. Active it gains blocker allows you to be aggressive with it.
Mm.
And obviously the -1. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode. They get skills and then KO it. That's really good for removing annoying things.
Yeah, like Gotenks, right? The 6-drop Gotenks. You negate the skills, remove it so they don't get the cards back.
Yeah. It's just I think it's really good. I think it's there mainly just to turbo awaken, but maybe it's also setting up for some future Zamasu support, which would be awesome.
Pan Heroine's Lineage. If you have Goku GT or Heroine card in your leader area or battle area, you can play this card from your hand without paying cost.
I don't know why this is a promo.
It's a free blocker. We used to see those as a commons. What I don't understand is why this is not a Goku's Lineage card.
I couldn't tell you.
Like that's one thing that's bothering me. She's not Goku's Lineage.
Just, it's weird. I remember your reaction with Dean about this, and I'm just like, because that's the one I missed out on, and I'm just like, yeah, I totally agree. It feels very underwhelming as a promo, and it's sad because it's a cool card. It looks cool.
Yeah, but it's like all those old blockers, free blockers we had, which were quite good, and then they stopped printing them, and then suddenly people needed to find their green, what was it, Krillin blockers when they were playing Android 18.
Yeah, the potential of putting a 2-drop on board for free with Successor being a thing.
Exactly.
It's one of those. It's weird. There's upsides to it, but again, as a promo, it feels weird.
We have Nova Shenron. That's the one you missed.
Card nuts.
Yeah, card's good.
Absolutely.
Card is
nuts.
really good.
Just I genuinely like. It's so good. Like, why would you not play it? I
I mean,
don't
it's a
understand why
one
you would.
energy mill one to rest one of your opponent's cards as well.
Yeah, it's really good. You're gonna want at least one of them in the deck.
Mm. Time Patrol's on Goten, so uh, this is essentially this is a card that copies Supreme Kai of Time's skill.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's so you have leader skill twice, potentially more than twice, because you can
Yeah,
have multiple of
there
those
is a
on
way of
board.
doing it. Yeah, I like the Supreme Kai of Time deck's going to be very interesting. Like, I think someone can crack it, and it's
Mm.
going to be very interesting. Because in general, this card's quite good because it's a Goten Xena anyway. Especially if they support Gotenks Xena more,
Yeah,
this is going to be a pivotal card
I mean
for
it's
sure.
interesting that it lets you also play Gotenks Xeno, right? With that activate main. You would never do that. The first auto is way too strong for you to ever consider going into the
Yeah,
Gotenks Xeno.
yeah.
The fact you can
Um,
overwhelm twice in Supreme Kai of Time is the thing.
yeah, it's really cool.
Mm.
I'm looking forward to see what people do with it.
Yeah. Although I still think I would prefer the Time Agent Vegeta. No, what was his name?
Which one? Trunks?
No, Vegeta. The one that puts the two cards from warp to the bottom and you draw a card.
Oh, I can't remember.
The first championship pack one. That Toa was playing. Time something Vegeta.
Oh, time regulator. Time
Oh,
regulator.
thank you. That's the one.
Got there in the end.
Got there in the end. Yeah, I still think Time Regulator is better than this because it helps you not mill out.
Yeah, that is true. So our next
Then
card.
we have Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Feigned Greeting. One of those really good cards for Overrealm.
Yeah, Overwhelm 6 without a cost is just generally seems to
Yeah.
be the new baseline.
And the fact that the
Um,
card is 30k as well has a lot of implications for Dark Broly, for example.
yeah, the fact that so essentially you could do this, bring back your drop, Dark Broly, so you could warp two cards from your opponent's hand in a turn. That's
Yeah.
kind of scary.
Yeah.
And then you can also easily bring out Deluge Power Toa. I think this is going to help. I think these cards are
Yeah.
going to help the Toa Deluge really pick up in popularity. We've been seeing it slowly. I know in the card market regionals that the people have been playing it and they've actually used it to win games because it's just like, oh, I'll get my overall Bardock back and be the final
Do you
push for the
know
game.
you know our favorite thread Ryan K, right?
Yes.
You know that I'm the reason why he actually plays Deluge in his deck and that won
Yeah.
him a game against Sandy.
Sandy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
I'm the
Uh,
reason why he always plays at least two in his main deck because I showed
because
him how powerful the card really is.
it's just really good.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to loot my overall place? Sure. Because
Yeah.
that really allows you to do it. Like you can put free cards back in your drop every turn. It's
Yeah.
it's really good, yeah.
With
Like,
Toa,
it's really
with that Toa Deluge, you can actually put way more in your drop, which is the scary bit.
so yeah, what else?
Then
What
we
else?
have the new best friend of every black deck,
So
Super
good.
Saiyan 3 thwarting the Super Saiyan 3 Gogeta thwarting the Dark Empire, and we have also the promo version. Oh, sorry, the winner version. So
Which
this is the
also,
best friend of any black deck at the moment.
do you want to
Because
explain why, Peter?
because the best super combo for black is a Vegeta Xeno with 5k power, and the best friend against any counters, yeah, the best friend against any counters is a Goku Xeno with 5k power.
That,
That
that one.
whenever they, whenever they activate a counter, they need to bottom a card or warp a card from hand, and it's if they get rid of it, oh, then you can go into SS3. Right, because you can choose battle cards in your warp when choosing cards to use with this card's union skill from your hand. If you do, place the chosen cards from warp into your drop area. So, for example, Dark Broly, it's going to warp that Goku and Vegeta from its warp to play the big boy, and then for 1 energy, this one comes down by putting those two cards back into your drop. So more food for more stuff.
Wanted get rid of the Champa, but this really helps mitigate Champa from the deck.
Yeah.
Like
This is a one drop double strike. When it attacks, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, send it to warp. It's 25k. It's not 30k, which is a good thing in a way because you
I
can't.
think that's intentional because if this was 30k, it would be absolutely insane.
It would be a beast, and on top of that, you would be able to very easily recur it with Deluge. They get rid of it. Oh, I'm just going to bring it back, or even I'm just going to sacrifice it to my own Deluge to bring the same card back. That just would be ridiculous, and we can't have that because this is not once per turn that you can play this.
In the very worst case, it's over on 6 for 1 black. You're probably never going to do it, but it's
no, you will most likely play 4 of the Goku and 4 of the Super Combo. Because let's be honest, that's the best black Super Combo there is.
Yeah, you're 100% running Vegeta. That's without a doubt.
Demon God Toa restoring the Dark Empire.
Just really nuts. Just kind of
Which is interesting that this is a support for the Xeno Toa, right? Yeah.
It's the Ultimate Deck one, yeah. I like it because I just like the Ultimate Deck a lot. I think it's still one of the best things Bandai have ever put out for this game. I don't know if it's a bit too late for the deck, but again, it's Dark Broly. I don't think Dark Broly is really going anywhere, so maybe. I mean,
it doesn't work with Dark Broly. Sadly, it works with only.
No, but I mean Dark Broly in that deck. Sorry, that's what I was getting at. Because currently the only real way to go with the Ultimate Deck, like if you want to at least be slightly competitive, is the green version. Just because of that Majin Buu, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, that Majin Buu is the win con for the deck, right?
Oh, I'm just gonna look at the top 7.
Play this?
Dark Broly.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just gonna play it. Oh, and you want to swing? Warp 2 cards from hand.
And then the last card with a winner version as well. Android 16 Stalwart Defender, which is the Arrival Android 16. So this is for Battle Evolution Booster Android 16.
Yeah, it can be played from your energy. It's okay.
It's an alright card, but the deck did need an additional Arrival card.
Oh yeah, 100%. I like the deck a lot. I think it's a really promising deck. I think it is a case of just figuring out what ratios to play. The downfall of this, and it's quite a common with any of the Android 21 Shadow Clone builds, is you're running a lot of 110s. It's really painful.
Because all of the multicolor cards are 110, etc. It's really difficult to defend.
Yeah, it's painful. Like,
in Android 16, this is good enough because you can charge it and comes in active mode.
True. Like that's the one saving grace of Android 16. But like in general for the Shadow Clone decks, it's painful. It's painful. But yeah, for 16, it's a okay card. I still think the other two from Battle Evolution are better, but again, like you mentioned, it's another card that comes in energy active. It's another card that you can play from your energy.
I mean, it tutors for the ramping Android 16, so you can easier go into 17, 18 because Violent Predator is gone.
And 17 to 18 is a really good card as well.
Yeah,
so
it is a really strong card.
And yeah, I think
that was the last card, yes.
Cool. So, where do we land on Supreme Rivalry? We have such an interesting set. It does a lot for the game, fixes a lot of things, gives us a lot of legacy support, not just in the promos, but in the actual main set itself, with all of the Rejuvenate support. I see you like, wait, what are you on about? I'm like, the Rejuvenate support, it's there. It's there.
One card per color, not even in every color.
What color didn't get one?
Black.
Oh, that doesn't count. Blackout Tower is a Rejuvenate. Like that doesn't count. No one plays Tower.
And the Dark Smoke Shenron, or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, Black Smoke does have it.
Yeah.
I forgot Black Smoke has Rejuvenate. It's because I never use it for that effect.
And you were the one who was telling me you can do it turn 1.
You can do it turn 1.
Why would you?
Why would you? Like, it's like, I mean, you can start the game on 9 life. It's fine. Just weird things you can do with that deck. It's so much fun. That's why Mechikabura is easily one of the best decks coming out of this format. Yeah, so overall, I don't land anywhere other than an S. Like, I've been waiting for Mechikabura to come, and he's here, and he's amazing, and I don't think there's a colour I dislike. Like I said, I don't think everything's going to be meta, but that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. I really like how they've spiced up the gameplay. For like, we have a field deck leader now. Like, that's interesting. We've got Young Invaders, which is playing stuff on your opponent's side of the field, which is super interesting. Bardock's crew feels like Bardock's crew. A proper like scrappy. I'm gonna punch you in the face and hope for the best.
I'll give you that. That Bardock's crew feels like Bardock's crew should feel. Not
Yeah,
just some janky, I'm trying to evolve all my apes and then trying to kill them so I can play my 5-drop.
yeah. And then yeah, yellow's probably like the only one that's an outlier, but I think it was because they didn't want to go from here's a Mega Shenron to now Xeno Shadow Dragons. They wanted a break between that because I'm assuming the next set we'll see Xeno
Like
Shadow
androids,
Dragons probably.
I am missing a bit on androids after we played, because there's nothing to rest your opponent's cards. You need to be playing cards that rest your opponent's cards, and I think that's the biggest thing here. My biggest issue is that the power level of certain colors seem to be spiking, and spiking dangerously. I think the set in its own is fun. It's well designed in the vacuum, but I'm worried about its impact on meta altogether. As much as I don't play that much anymore, I'm still enjoying the game as it is, and I still like watching tournaments every now and then. I think I'll stand at a strong A. I might be corrected in the future, but I think it's going to be a strong A for me, mostly because in green you literally got one viable archetype. In yellow, I don't think either of those were properly viable. They're both very one-trick pony. And let's be honest, androids are going to be played as another successor deck.
Probably right. I think
that's the thing. They didn't do anything, just gave another successor deck. It's like the androids I'm playing right now, the Android 13, which is also successor deck.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's a really fair point, actually.
So there are in every color there are like things that look fine on paper. And look, they're very fun to play because we played them. But they're missing something, or in other words, on another side you have King Cold, which feels like it's too powerful. Yeah, and feels like a power creep.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the meta. I think that's the key thing coming out of this set is, have they gone too far?
I don't think this product was as good as Battle Evolution. That's my take out of this. I think Battle Evolution was way better than Supreme Rivalry.
That's fair. And that's reflected in your grade, because you gave this an A, you gave Battle Evolution an S, and I think we're both... But I give it an S just because I think the theming really overpowers it for me. The fact that they've gone back and revisited Bojack and made it a blue-yellow deck, but also you can play it yellow, you can play it blue, like, that's really cool to me. Like the red stuff, like I said, got Bardock's crew. You got that works with the old Bardock's crew. You have a really fascinating leader there. The super rare with the Super Saiyan Bardock's also really interesting. Like, and even the promos are not terrible. Like, the promos aren't as bad as they have been. I will give you the caveat that the Vegeta is probably the one that is the...
Vegeta is going to be the one-drop Broly of this set.
Yeah. But I don't think it's as bad as the past few. Maybe Gogeta, actually. Maybe Gogeta is going to be a real problem.
Yeah, I think there's those two cards, Vegeta and Gogeta. I don't think there was anything else that really... Maybe Chain Attack Bardock as well. If Bardock becomes very good. Because it's a crit attacker, right?
Yeah, I think that's more of an extension than making the deck, though. Because that deck is fine without it. Like, I
mean, majority of the black decks are fine without that SS3. But that SS3 also makes it stronger.
That's true.
Whereas if you're looking at King Vegeta, if that's going to be ever competitive, the deck is made by that 3-drop Vegeta.
Yeah,
because that's what allows you to drop the 5-drop on turn 3, and then you just sit pretty. Next turn you do the same thing.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. There are our grades. Let us know in the comments below what you think. Are you excited for Supreme Rivalry? Are you excited for what it could set up? Are you scared of Supreme Rivalry? Is there any decks that haven't stood out to you? I know a few people have been like, not really my set. There's nothing for me. But, you know, that's fine. that's the beauty of Dragon Ball as an IP is there can always be something for someone. And if it's not this set, then who knows? Maybe in the expansions, which is going to be Spirit Boost and Namekians. I know some people who are super excited for Namekian support. Like, it's like, okay, you do you guys. You want to play Namekians in 2021? I'm not gonna stop you. You go for it. Peter, any final thoughts?
Uh, if you guys want to play some Dragon Ball, we have an event coming out this Sunday, 16th of May. I do hope that this is coming out before that, because otherwise I'm going to sound like a...
Weird now. You can look weird.
Oh, okay, I'm going to look weird with
You
my
look weird.
balding forehead as well.
No, I think this is gonna go out on Saturday, so like tomorrow. But I think the
That's
tickets-
already past our...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.